Hello everyone! The clip you're about to hear is from one of our exclusive Patreon episodes on a recent horror release, and just like all of our other episodes, it might include major spoilers for said horror release, so don't listen to it if you haven't already seen it. You've officially been warned. And if you'd like to hear the full episode, just head on over to patreon.com/horrorqueers and subscribe today. Without further ado, here is your exclusive Patreon clip.
It's been interesting following this one because I know that you got a story that you're going to share, but then also, as much as this film has proven to be a bit of a lightning rod for controversy, it's also been picking up a bunch of festival awards, and as a result, people saying, oh, this is the film I'm most interested to see. So I don't know, I feel like we haven't had a film like this where it's kind of dividing people in this way in a while. And, maybe we'll see what Men does next week as well.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited for that. But this is an interesting thing because I feel like, and I've used this analogy before, and maybe it's a bit crass, but as horror fans, I feel like we're almost like drug addicts where we're chasing that next high, be it something that is super scary. We're always trying to find something that scares us more than the last time we've been really scared, which hopefully next year I have one of those waiting for us in a festival hit. Or like something that is so disturbing or so bloody or so gross. We're like, yes, this is the bloodiest thing I've ever seen now.
Right.
And that is what this movie really has kind of struck a chord with people. This is a movie that is very violent, is very gory, is filled with a lot of shocking taboos, and is causing that word of mouth. At first, it was kind of positive, and then it kind of went negative, and now it's kind of I don't know what people are going to think of this movie when it comes out.
I feel like it's kind of back to positive, but also I do feel like this is definitely going to be one of those films where it gets built up because it's been now overhyped. So people are going to go in expecting the wildest shit that they have ever seen. And I feel like there's going to be a bunch of people who are disappointed because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, okay, this is basically a zombie film.
Yes. And everyone, so if you haven't seen this, and we've offered content warnings for this, and now that Joe's finally seen it, he can probably chime in on this. This is a movie that is wall to wall pretty much gory. We got 15 minutes in the beginning of, setup.
Right.
And then we just enter a nonstop gore and violent filled film, and with a plethora of sexual assault sprinkled in for good measure. And I use that term loosely.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I will say, though, I went into this being, excited now sounds like the wrong word, but I was excited to see whether or not it lived up to what everybody had been talking about at the festivals. And you had actually low-key warned me, and you were like, it's fine. It's really not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. And I will say, folks, obviously, hopefully you're going to listen to the rest of the episode, but if you were on the fence as to whether or not you would enjoy this film, I would say it's probably not more shocking than anything that you've seen from the new French Extremity films. So if you could handle Martyrs or Calvaire or High Tension or À l'Intérieur, you're probably going to be fine with this. The one sexual assault is bad. I would actually argue it's the worst part of the film in terms of ooh, but really, even that isn't as bad as I expected it was going to be.
And I was thinking about this all day, because I don't want to come across like edgelords, oh, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Ooh.
And so I want to blanket statement this without having to have us qualify every single statement we make about this film. That is not what we are trying to say. This film will be upsetting for some people.
Oh, sure.
It is very, very gory. And so, if you are desensitized, use this as a litmus test to see how you feel. In terms of plot, imagine Joe, oh my God, what's his name? Joe Lynch's Mayhem, the one with Stephen Yeun and Samara Weaving, if it was not comedic and let loose an entire city. That's kind of what we have here. And let's just get this out of the way. We'll talk about the controversy. So, this had its world premiere at Fantasia Fest last summer, and with the entry there, they did have a trigger warning. Basically, before the plot summary, it says, in bold, Fantasia rarely gives trigger warnings, but this film warrants all of them. Proceed with caution.
Atlas Avenue, a long stretch of road that encompasses everything the city of Kennet Heights has to offer. Neon lights, traffic, crime, the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and the craziest of characters. My office was above it all. My name is James Locke, and I'm a PI.
Hello, Mr. J. How the hell you doing today?
Good, Edith. Nearly every year I have a new case. New people to meet, new clues to discover, and new problems to solve. But I do it the old-fashioned way. No technology. Nothing post-1950. Hell, I don't even listen to podcasts, but you should. Atlas Avenue Beat is a spoof of the film noir genre with goofy characters, tons of wordplay, and non-stop raunchy humor. There's also 3 whole seasons out right now with more on the way. Just search for Atlas Avenue Beat wherever you listen to podcasts or visit us online at bloody.fm.
It was late in the afternoon when the professor and I took our way towards the east, whence I knew Jonathan was coming.
Jonathan Harker has asked me to note this, as he says he is hardly equal to the task, and he wants an exact record kept.
Dear Madam Mina, I have read your husband's so wonderful diary. Strange and terrible as it is true. I will pledge my life on it.
God preserve my sanity, for to this I am reduced. Safety and the assurance of safety are things of the past.
I am in hopes that I shall see more of you at Castle Dracula.
Listen to Regarding Dracula wherever you listen to podcasts, or find us online at bloody.fm.